My journey starts in the rugged hills of the majestic escarpment. Rain caught along the mountains falls and makes its way into springs and rivulets that merge to create my waters. I tumble down waterfalls, through rock pools and lush riverine forests, before slowing down and making my way through rural communities whose livelihoods I directly impact.
You see, with a community like Piringi, water is the #1 element of their life source. Because of, hey, Piringi is a farming area. When there's no water, it means life stops. My grandmother was a full-time farmer. She was farming the Madumbe in particular. And my grandfather had livestock. So my father, I think he took it from them. It's a generation to generation thing. Because also with myself, growing up, waking up, I was going to the farm. I was always with my dad. From when I was young, my mom would say, where's your twin? And I think that what brought me close to him is how he would teach me things without telling me that I'm teaching you things. After I came from my studies and came back home, I imagined myself working in the big corporate organizations. I put myself out there that farming is not something that I would do. Really, when you grew up into something and you have done it so much, you end up taking it for granted. So when I came home, it just felt like my whole world was being shuttered down. Everything was just being put on my shoulder. So I would sleep the whole day, not eat anything the whole day, just thinking that if I couldn't make it to the big organizations, where would I now make it? But as time went by, my father would wake me up and say, what do you need? What do you want? I would say, I want money. I want to go and work. I want to wake up, wear heels and go work at big organizations. Now, when he was like to me, I'm going to buy you seedlings, now that showed me that there is something that you can do. There's another purpose about your life that you can just turn over. So that really just took a turn to my life. And now when I was working on the field, the interaction with the community, with people coming to me, it just shows you were not needed. That's why you couldn't go to the big organizations. You were not needed there. Here you are needed. Each and every household in Piringi owns a certain portion in the area for farming. From this area, from the whole of this area, me growing up, it was all green. The water stream was flowing and it was more like a wetland. When I work from school coming back to my house, the gogos have been there since from the morning. It was so busy, people used to even cook there. They used to live their life there. If you see how everyone becomes so happy after the rainfall, you just understand what water means to Piri.
Okay. Makokola ka re hlalosetša ka ya duma go ya ka tsebo ya lena ya segologolo le bona nke pule e tlo ka yana goba e tlo no ba ya ganelana
ya ganela a ke re a itle ya nyaka go tlamara ya ganela e na le tshele jane re a bolayana modimo wa rotla ka o tliša gore re sa kgone go eketla a kere wena o bolaya nna ngwaneno o bolaya nna ngwaneno le nna ke bolaya wena ngwane etso ke eng yona tšeo o makatlhekeletlheng wa bona wa kere bona sephantšhe sena a kere bona ya o re mogana mo bona
la makokolo ka mokgwa o bona mara re dirediwang go go ba go amogela gore tabe ya pule ra re re tšhile matsoko go matšatši
wa bona go nyaka re tere re diriwa re boele gale fela
re boeleng sa gale re phele bophelo bja gale mako go tlo ba bonolo gona ka ge e le gore šitše re tlwaetse bontšhi ba batho matšetši a le go lema mola šitše ba tlwaetse go lema kua
a kere
mesarela ka moka re go rema le yona
a kere remela kwa gedimonyana ya re a leka ke nnete re a nyaka go bontšha bana ba rena o ra mo re hwile bana ba tlhela makatšalete bana ba rena re ba begile ba tšhela makatše
motla kotsi ke mosa a tlala mako ke mo e le rotlo e tlo ba gona bontšhi bja rena re lemogang gore botse ka moka be re di dira e be e le rena ge re tetolang
a kere wa bona bana ba rena ba ka sa tšhala ba dira tše re makagaotše rena go medira ka mogore bone bo magolo a rena le bo mmano a rena ba dira so re bone bo mmane le bo magolo ba dira so re ba šetse morago bana ba rena ba ka sa re šala morago ka tše magoa ba tletse a suka ba tsatsangela ka dieta so bona ba ka makatše
ba ka sa dimake
ba ka maka tše go maka rena ka re so
I do the biodiversity research to monitor if the plantation of Madumbe brings any impact to the nature in the wetlands. The Magogos are practicing the agroecology or organic farming method. Remember, on the wetlands, chemicals are not allowed. So what they do, they go with nature. Agroecology is like we are copying nature, how nature works. So we are trying to implement that on the wetlands. That might be one of the good reasons why the wetlands are still in a good condition if we compare it to those fields out there, because they are using the chemicals. That's why we see a lot of changes. But at least in the wetland, that little bit that is there because of the copying of the nature.
Bona re ga shagana jalo ka July ka June gona re jago ba ka maka tšela tše ma
ke re le tlo ba la tla buna ka June
lena ba gane ya lenyaka selo sa go se hwetšagana jalo nyana a lenyaka sa bikele e tlago le kgone ka re se ya le diegiša rena a re make tšeo
there's no more rain. When the river is full, it's because of rain. If it doesn't rain, there's no water. We are doing ukuthwasa in this river. We use this water. We put the scar inside, we hide it. In fact, the ancestors must come so that they go and look for that scar. He or she must bring it back to us, you see. And if there is no water, we can't do. Even when mixing the medicine, the herbals, you must use water. Even in the olden days, they are saying that there were people who can make rain, you see. Because we are living a Western life, we don't know, and no more healers like before. Our forefathers were strong, stronger than us. So now I think we are neglecting or ignoring our culture, I don't know.
I was offered an opportunity to be part of the Kruger to Canyon project. So what we do basically at Kruger to Canyons as an ecosystem custodians is monitor through the whole village. My component is the agroecology, learning how to farm without using any chemicals, but depending on the natural resources that we have. Most of each and every household have cattle, so now that's where K2C come in to help them monitor their grazing area, to help them monitor their livestock.
This is our grazeland called Mozambique. So it's one of the grazeland that was in the past years. The Magogos, the Greenies were farming madumbe here. It was a wetland. So because of the chemicals that they were using on this wetland, it died. So now we are using it as a grazeland. So the movement of taking the cattle from one camp to this camp is that we know that there are good grasses at another camps. So when we move the cattle inside these camps, while they're leaving their dung, inside the dung there is good seeds that can be trampled, and when the rain comes, then that's where the seeds can germinate and grow.
The cattle that you see around here are from the community. One thing that divides the farm as a commercial farmer and the community is the river. However, we allow the cattle to come over so that they can come and drink water in the river stream. Because of still in the household, there is not enough water to give to the cattle. The water that goes there is clean water for drinking, for the household use.
Water, sonder water is daar nie lewe nie. Dit is ongelooflik om te sien wat alles doodgaan. Ons rivier het 2 jaar gelede gaan staan vir die grootste stuk As 'n ou dink as 'n rivier droog word vir 40 km, vir my persoonlik is dit eerstens as 'n besproeiingsboer, maar verder ook is dit oor ek omgee vir die omgewing, is dit dramaties as dit so droog word. In Oorigstad dink ek die mense het nou party plekke groter geplant as wat hulle waterinluisting hektare is, maar met die drip kom ons baie verder met ons water, so is maar net so dat ons bron baie beperk is. Jy moet weet dat ons aan die reënskaduweekant van die berg sit en ons kry maar tussen 40 en 50% reën van wat in die Blyde rivier se opvang val. Ons het altyd probeer om water te laat deurloop vir tot die onderste boere. Maar dit vat geweldig baie water in die rivier voordat hy deurloop op die boogrond daar.
So this was the river, and this is the Mhlatsengwana River coming all the way from the Oorigstad dams and streams. Then it comes all the way from Mapareng village, it passes through Mapareng village, Malaining, then here at Piring, then it goes all the way down to the Blyde Canyon. And this used to be a flowing river, but now it's a dry river. I can walk through here now. The river has been dry like this for minimum 10 years. It used to flow throughout the year. Some days I would even miss school because of it would be flooding. But now it doesn't even flow at all. This is the most driest river that I've experienced in Piring. Yes, climate change also plays a big role, but the other farmers from the upper stream started developing their land, so increasing the land space that they have, so which means more water was required. So you see that even though it's climate change, but also their human activities plays a big role especially to the water within the community. With the type of farming that we do as commercial farmers, we depend a lot on the river stream, especially the Mhlatsengwana River. The farm on itself is 360 hectares. So imagine how much water it requires. And now that the river stream is no more flowing, the whole farm on itself is being impacted. Why is it difficult for when, as commercial farmer, to transition or change or organic farming?
Ya lena se ai ma ka kgwebo ka hore o berekisa a o tshele manure a o tshele chemical and jwale re na mono re dira gore di tsarna re go le ka pela ke be change.
I grew up on a prayer the chemicals ne rabari rechelet again. The chemicals tell since na re ka shitsi mo hleng le nok a di ka nokeng.
Chef itela di na le di hour. Ja gore di be strong. After 4 hours I shall.
Personally, as a farmer, I practice commercial farmer because of the big scale. I try my level best to save water, especially with the issue that we are facing now as a community of not getting enough water. So what we do at the farm is irrigate during the night. Most of the community members irrigate during the day, and of which it doesn't help the crop. If it's hot and you put water, then the crop depends on more water. Now that there is not enough water within the community, it means others have to now leave farming. So they end up going to the big commercial farmers, leaving their own kids, not learning the skills from them. So to them now, they hardly go to the field. They hardly understand what agriculture is all about. That's what takes me so much courage to go to the schools and get them just teach the small kids, have a conversation about agriculture. This is our demonstration garden. It's our local primary school. The main purpose of the demonstration garden was to teach the whole community about agroecology. What we know, especially as young children, is that agriculture is just dirty. You cannot wear smart. You cannot seen as a lady within the agricultural field or as a gentleman. But when I get there and I teach them that, no, you know what, for that 2 hours you can be dirty. Go and take your bath and you still look like the lady that you want to be. In agriculture, you can be clean, you can be educated, you can be as smarter as you are and still be a farmer. Remember that not each and every household is farming like they used to back then when I was growing up. The culture of Piring is based on agriculture, but with the water issue, that culture is being decreased over and over and over. With the demonstration garden, the kids are able to come in and experience the culture that we had. And that's what agriculture is, a culture on itself. So we are trying to pass it on to the kids.
After the farmlands, I cross into a protected area where I sustain the biodiversity and carve the dramatic landscapes I've been shaping for thousands of years. From this tranquility, I'm released into the lowlands, painting picture-perfect landscapes, supporting our natural heritage and iconic wild animals. As I wind my way through the landscape, I connect people to each other, their culture, their ancestors, their spirituality, before eventually freeing myself into the sea.